Hello, welcome to ANS Solver. This is the ninth question of the paper. So now, by first expanding cos 2x plus x, show that cos 3x is equal to 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. So first, if you see, this is in the form of cos of a plus b, which can be written as cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Agreed? So now what I can do is I can simply write this as cos 2x cos x minus sin 2x sin x. Okay? Now what you need to know is that some trig identities. Cos 2x can be written as 2 cos square x minus 1 and sin 2x can be written as 2 sin x cos x. Okay, so I can basically write this as 2 cos square x minus 1, okay, into cos x minus sin x into sin 2x is 2 sin x cos x. So I can simply now write this as 2 cos cube x when I take cos x inside the bracket, 2 cos cube x minus cos x minus 2 sin square x cos x. Okay, now see, I need cos cube x here. That means this needs to remain. But what I can do is I can write this as 2 cos cube x minus cos x minus 2. I know that sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So I can say sin square x can be written as 1 minus cos square x. So I can write this as 1 minus cos square x here in the place of sin square x. Now what I can do is I can write this as 2 cos cube x minus cos x, and I can take minus 2 cos x inside the bracket to write this as minus 2 cos x plus 2 cos cube x. Now 2 cos cube x plus 2 cos cube x will give me 4 cos cube x, and minus cos x minus 2 cos x can give me minus 3 cos x. Okay, so this is what I needed to prove in part 1. Now, hence solve the equation cos 3x plus cos x plus 1 between the domain of 0 from x to pi, basically from 0 to pi. So now I know from the above equation that cos 3x is equal to 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. Agreed? So now what I can say is cos 3x plus 3 cos x is equal to 4 cos cube x. Agreed? So now instead of this full thing, I can simply write this as 4 cos cube x plus 1 equals to 0. So I can write this as 4 cos cube x equals to minus 1, where cos cube x equals to minus 1 by 4. Now this can basically be written as cos x equals to the cube root of minus 1 by 4. So I can simply write this as cos x equals to, I can solve this on the calci, okay, simply to get my answer as minus 0.6299. Now I'll make my ASTC curve. Now I need to see where is my cos negative. My cos is negative in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. But my domain is basically from 0 to pi. So my fourth quadrant will not be an answer. Now for the second quadrant, I know I need to do 180 minus theta. and theta is the angle which lies in the positive quadrant. So now for the positive quadrant, I need to do cos inverse of positive, okay, only positive 0.6299. Okay, just do this on the calci. Make sure you're on the radian mode. So when you do that, you get your answer as 0.889. But this is the answer in the first quadrant. So you do 180 minus, not 180, sorry, my bad. You do pi because this is in radian. So you do pi. So you do pi minus 0.889. So when you do this on the calci, you get your answer as 2.25, which is basically the final answer of the question. Yes, so this is the third part of the question. So what I need to do here basically is, I know I got this equation basically from part 1, correct? So integrating cos cube x is not that direct. What I can do is, I can make cos cube x the subject of the formula here. So I'll basically get cos 3x plus 3 cos x over 4 and over 4, which is equal to cos cube x, correct? So I can now simply write this as 1 over 6 pi, 1 over 3 pi, with instead of cos cube x, I can write it as cos 3x over 4 plus 3 cos x by 4 dx. Okay, so now what I can simply do is, I know the integration for cos is simply sine, correct? So I can write this as sine 3x over the pre-existing 4 which is here, multiplied by the coefficient of x which is 3, plus this is simply 3 sine x by 4, okay, with the limits 1 over 3 pi and 1 over 6 pi. So now what I can do is, I can basically write this as sine 3x by 12 plus 3 sine x by 4 with 1 over 3 pi and 1 over 6 pi. So now what I can do is, I can first put the upper limit in the place of x. So I basically get 0 plus 3 root 3 by 8. Okay, when I put 1 over 3 pi in the place of x, minus here I'll put 1 over 6 pi. So I'll do sine of 3 into 1 over 6 pi. Make sure you're on the radian mode. Okay, when you do that, I get my answer basically as 1 over 12 plus I need to do 3 into sine of 1 over 6 pi, which I know is basically, and obviously over 4 will give me 3 over 8. So now what I can do is, I can write this as 3 root 3 over 8 minus 1 over 12 minus 3 over 8. So what I can do is, I can simply solve this on the calci. Okay, so when I do this on the calci, I basically get my answer, okay, as 9 root 3 minus 11 over 24, which is the exact value.